Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Reckless Paradise podcast. I am your host, Dystro, and tonight's episode is another Shoot the Shit episode. Episode 35. 35 episodes of Shoot the Shit. This is, once again, one of the longest running episodic uh, subjects or topics, if you want to call it that, of the Reckless Paradise podcast. So if you do not know what that is, Shoot the Shit is like literally it's just a little platform, talking discussion thing where it's like we literally say everything and anything that we want, and we just kind of talk about our days and weeks and all that stuff, like what's happened within the last few weeks and stuff. So let's get right on into it with my first topic here. We have the GCW Nick Gage Invitational coming back for another year, and it's coming to Orlando, Florida. I've already went ahead and just got my ticket already. I did not want to wait till like it's standing room only or anything. And I'm actually kind of excited because I was actually kind of trying to manifest the energy and kind of like being like please come back to Florida, please come back to Florida. And I feel like my answers, my prayers were answered. And it's actually kind of surreal. That would be my fourth GCW event that I will be at live. And they always pull it over the top every time with every show that they do. But we've already had 3 entrants already into the NGI this year. We have Drew Parker, we have Bear Bronson, and just last night we have Otis Kogar. I know within the next few weeks or so, they will announce more people, and it's usually like I think it's usually like 8 or 9 people. I think it was 10 last year. And I am going to be going solo dolo this year. Hopefully, I'll get to see some of the people that I have interacted with on Twitter before, because I was live tweeting a lot of the GCW stuff last night, because Art of War Games Fight Club Weekend Night 1 was last night, and I will talk about that in just a little bit. But the 10th iteration of the Nick Gage Invitational will be on December 13th. It is a Saturday at the Orlando Fairgrounds. If you can make it out, that's awesome. If you can't, just watch it live on Triller. And I'm not really paid to say that, but I am just kind of trying to get the word of mouth out there. And, let's just try to make it another great, fantastic year for GCW. Hopefully, they'll come back next year too, in the summer, or if they want to do it again, NGI again, you never know. So keeping on the subject with GCW, I did watch GCW Fight Club Weekend Night 1 last night, and the main event was changed throughout the day. And it was Team GCW versus Team JCW, Juggalo Championship Wrestling. And the Art of War Games is just basic war games rules, but a little bit more ultra violent in there. They had added House of Horrors, which is like lots of light tubes and thumbtack baseball bats or wiffle ball bats, I should say. And then they had a glass ceiling on top of it in the other cage. There was lots of mayhem, lots of people, going through shit. And the card before that, or some of the matches before that, was actually really, really good too. Otis Kogar versus Emerson Jade, that was actually kind of good. The 6-man scramble with Joey, Will Cross, Lucky 13, Fancy, Ryan Clancy, We had, oh god, what is his fucking name? Logan, the 17-year-old Logan. I can't remember his last name. Sorry. And Austin Luke. All six men were just hitting spots like boom, 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 boom. Will Cross, Will Cruz, Will Cruz. He is a freak of fucking nature. Um, and I'm actually kind of wanting to see more of him. I know, like, I probably watch him on Progress and all stuff. But it was actually kind of cool to see Lucky 13 back in the ring because I've been kind of watching his stuff since like early days of CCW and all that stuff too. Um, and it's like the sky's the limit for Austin Luke and Mr. Logan because those two are young guns and all that stuff. Also, Fancy Ryan Clancy, who's like a wrestler, he picked up Blue Cruz like it was nothing, and it was actually just cool to see. I actually want to see like a little bit more of each person. Um, and then there was um, some matches before that, of course. But the main event, I want to talk about the main event a little bit more. So we had Team GCW, which was Matt Tremont, Effie, Drew Parker, who replaced Joe Janela, and then we had Matt Tremont and Mr. Danger and Bam Sullivan. Um, I know, I probably said Matt Tremont. I'm sorry. It's just I was kind of blanking on it a little bit. Versus Team JCW, which was Too Tough Tony, Cocaine, Madman Pondo, Shane Mercer, and Willie Mack. This match was like freaking insane. There's one spot in particular I want to talk about. There was it was Drew and Shane. They were on a scaffold, and he Drew, like, he goes to he hits Shane with light tubes and makes him eliminated. And then, like, Shane, like, he tries to, like, he's lifting up the scaffold. He's a strong ass dude. He lifts up the scaffold, and Drew, like, just does a swanton, like, flip into a bed of, like, barbed wire. And it was, like, the nastiest freaking thing I have ever seen. It's like he didn't really need to take that bump, but I'm actually kind of glad that he did because it made it a little bit more enjoyable. And like I'm like, holy shit, dude! Like, what the hell is wrong with you? Um, and then it kind of like came down to Too Tough Tony, or no, yeah, Too Tough Tony, and then Matt Tremont. And Brett Lauderdale, to his credit, he swung those light tubes at Too Tough Tony, which is actually kind of funny. And also Violent Jake tried to get involved, but Too Tough Tony lit Violent J's hair on fire with the meteorite punch, which funny. That was a little misdirection there. That was actually kind of cool. So the rest of the card of that show was Teriyaki versus Tony Deppen, KJ Orso versus Matt Reese, the Scramble match, like I said, and the One Call Manders versus Beastman. Not too bad of a card. It's not like a. I'm trying to say it like not better terms. It's like it's a card that's like fitting for GCW. Start off kind of hot with like some some wrestling and all that stuff, but then like go into the hardcore stuff, which is actually kind of cool. I actually enjoyed it. I actually enjoyed myself. This is think the second War Games of theirs I've seen before, and I actually really enjoyed myself. Like I said, um, I'm just happy. I'm just happy that the Nick Gage Invitational is going to be in Orlando. Like I said, hopefully you guys come out and show your support. So, going on to some more wrestling stuff. I know this is like probably going to be a whole wrestling episode. Talking about Havoc Pro. So, over the last 2 days, we've had Dakota Falls Big Gay Brunch. We've had Amber Young's Bloodsport, and we had Emo Fight last night. Both of them were last night. And hopefully you guys came out and showed your support. All of the cards were fantastic. I really don't have a specific match that I have from each one, but one of the matches from Bloodsport actually was like an actual really good match. And it actually like went like super physical. It was Dylan Travis versus Tenacious B. Both of those men were like killing each other. I'm trying to say that loosely, but it's like they were both like trying to like kill each other in like the best way possible. Um, and I'm not going to try to spoil anything because I want you guys to go watch those events yourselves. Um, Dakota Falls Big Gay Brunch. It was actually really by like really quick. The match that I liked from that show was Serena Williams versus Alexis Danvers for the LGBTKO title. If I'm saying that right, I'm so sorry if I butchered it. It was no rope, no canvas death match too. And those ladies went hard. Like they went like balls to the wall, like no pun intended. But it was bloody good time. There was a lot of physical action. And uh, it made me more appreciative of Alexis Danvers and Selena Williams. I said Serena. I'm sorry, Selena Adams. Selena Adams. And those two put on a huge like physical fight. And I'm actually wanting to see like a little bit more what they can do in the future as well. And then emo fight, it's like one night of the year, where we can dress up in all emo and just let our anger get out on somebody. But we've had a good turnout with all three shows, and we're not gonna stop there. We have a little bit. We have till the end of the year to bring you some good ass content in the Havoc Pro, on Havoc Pro, I should say. And also shout out to Wyatt and Carnage, and the whole commentary team and whoever whoever does all the HLR for all the shows and all that stuff. You guys are freaking killing it. Specifically Wyatt and Carnage. I was actually talking about this to myself today. I know I talked to myself. I know. Sorry. I was saying that like Carnage and Wyatt, they have their specific commentary styles, and with Wyatt's, it feels like he's more channeling an inner Joey Styles in a way, and I mean that in a good way because he's very energetic and he likes what he sees and he loves the product and all that stuff. Same with Carnage, but Carnage is a little bit more. He's got like a. I'm trying to say this in a good way. He's got like a JR esque vibe to him where he's a little bit more grounded, but he still gets energetic every once in a while. Like he'll pop off on something, and both of them they bring a good commentary style to each event, and it's actually like really cool to see. Like a lot of people can get excited about a product nowadays. More so, 2K stuff, because not a lot of people are excited about a lot of things that are 2K wrestling and all that stuff. So I'm actually chatting them out because I was listening to the different commentaries between both shows through Big Gay Brunch and Bloodsport. And it was just kind of like something that I wanted to kind of talk about. So shout out to you, Wyatt. Shout out to you, Carnage. Hopefully you guys are gonna still keep doing commentary and freaking killing it. So keeping with the 2K stuff here, I have been within the 2K community, I should say. I had my first match at Shotgun Pro Wrestling's Dear Summer a few months ago. I've just been kind of like just doing my own thing a little bit. But I am officially in Death Wish Wrestling. And TJ Owens, or I guess whoever is in the management department, TJ had put it upon himself to put me in a match with him. And I was like, okay, that's fine. And it was for the WXT World Championship. And I was like, oh, okay. Going for, world title. Okay, that's, my second match ever, but okay. So then we go a little bit back and forth on Twitter. And I was just saying, I was really ready to step up to the plate because I don't really care what he throws my way. And push comes to shove a little bit, and now I'm in a Cage of Horrors match with the man. I don't really know how to feel about that. I am, kind of a little bit hit or miss with it. But I'm always willing to step up to a challenge. I've never been afraid to back out of a challenge. So I will say this, kind of keep it short and sweet. TJ, I know you say you are the deathmatch messiah, and I will give you credit that because you have been putting your body on the line for like a long time, and I know you are a deathmatch veteran. But I am willing to sacrifice my own body to bring a world title home to my friends and my family. I'm just I hope you are willing to go to the ends of the earth to keep that title on your waist, because I will not fucking stop until you are dead. I probably won't really be able to say that bluntly. I know it's kind of like hit or miss a little bit, but I hope that you can kind of look up into the lights when I beat you for the 1-2-3 and take that world title from you. So I hope you kind of know what you're getting yourself into. I know you are the deathmatch veteran, like I said. I know it's your domain, it's your playground, but I'm not willing to back down from anybody. So I hope you can take that with a grain of salt. I hope you know what you're getting yourself into. Okay, so I had to kind of take a little mental break there. Um, I know I am Dystro, the podcaster and all that stuff. But in the 2K community, I am Chris Chambers. And that was like a little piece of what I wanted to say to TJ. I just hope that he knows that I'm not willing to back down from anything. But I digress. Let's just keep this train a moving, So we have the last 4 days of John Cena. We have 2 Raws, 2 pay-per-views to go. But another person that is kind of like the TNA original, the TNA OG, Mr. AJ Styles, came into WWE in 2016, like I said before, in the debate hour between WWE and TNA AJ, so go check that out. He is retiring next year, but we don't know when that will be. I hope and pray that we can get some good matches from AJ. I know he still can go. I'm not trying to say he's the old man, but he's getting up there in age. Like he kind of wants to settle down, be with his wife and kids. I get that. And I really don't know what I would want for him to do in that final run of his, because there's a lot of different possibilities with AJ that you could do in his retirement run. I would like to see AJ versus Javon, AJ versus Leon Slater, AJ versus Carmelo Hayes. That would be actually kind of cool. like, I don't know. It's like it's just one of those things where it's like I could probably like go on a huge like freaking list of like a lot of different opponents. I mean, shit. Even go back to TNA for a little bit. AJ versus Eddie. That would be actually kind of cool. Fucking AJ versus Moose. Like, big man versus little man. Like something like that. Um, like I said, there's a lot of different possibilities for AJ. Um, I really just don't know what I would want to see. But if you guys want to kind of put in comments like what you would want to see AJ face or who you would want AJ to face in his retirement tour next year, leave it in the comments below. I guess the two for me, I would say, is AJ versus Javon, and then AJ versus Leon Slater. I think that would be a good passing of the torch kind of moment thing. Because, Leon and Javon, they're still both young. They're young guns here. And I think they would. I'm not going to try to say they would benefit, but like having AJ test both Javon and Leon, kind of being like, hey, like, you two are young guns just like I was back in '02, like trying to put the food on my family. And, like just kind of give them like a little like pat on the shoulder, like, hey, you two are the future of this business. You carry on my legacy, sort of thing. Like, trying to be that next AJ Styles. I know they don't really want to be that, but Javon and Leon Slater, like, they are like two crazy ass dudes, and rightfully so, because AJ back in his day, back in his heyday, he was a crazy ass dude. But speaking of Leon versus Javon, tonight is Bound for Glory, TNA Bound for Glory. One of the matches that I'm actually looking forward to, and I'm thinking it is going to be the match of the night for sure. Is going to be Leon Slater versus Javon Evans for the X Division Championship. I am actually, I don't know what I'm gonna think, because it's a match that I think I would have done like in a 2K setting, if I had made creative wrestler and all that stuff. But I'm thinking this is gonna be stealing the show. I don't know. But the rest of the card is this. So we have a TNA International Championship match between Frank Kazarian and the former champion Steve Macklin. Tessa Blanchard versus Gia Miller, who unrightfully didn't need to like get beaten up. I don't know why, because Tessa just doesn't like Gia or something. I don't know. Like I said, X Division Championship, Leon Slater versus Javon Evans, which is gonna steal the show and be sick. Call Your Shot Gauntlet match between it's gonna be a gauntlet match, which is got Mance Warner, Lee Ying Lee. Oh my gosh, I can't say that. And then Brandon Does Everything, who actually called a shot and is in the match. And then rest is to be determined. We have a Hardcore War mixed tag Hardcore War, which is the system, which is Alicia, Eddie Edwards, Brian Myers, JDC, which is Fandango, and Moose versus Order 4, Jason Hutch, John Schuyler, Mustafa Ali, Special Agent Zero, and Tasha Steeles. This, I don't really know what to think about this one. I know, like, everybody in this match is going to be, like, freaking going crazy. But for who do not know who Special Agent Zero is, that is Bill Collier. I really don't know much about his work, but he's got a really good like cage match score, which is nice to see, I guess. He's like wrestled for a lot of different promotions over the years. I don't know. I guess I should just look into this guy a little bit more. Huh. Who would have thunk it? Kalani Jordan versus Indy Hartwell for the Knockouts World title. The last match between the Hardys and Team 3D for the TNA and NXT tag titles in a tables match. One final table, or one more table, I think it's said on the poster. And then we have the TNA World Championship, Trick Williams versus Mike Santana. This is gonna be a good show. It is on Trailer tonight. I think it's at 8. I think it said either 7 or 8. Yeah, I think it's 8. But I think I'll probably be watching the replay after it comes through later on tonight, so I don't run into any problems or anything. So to kind of wrap this whole thing up here, I kind of want to talk about my trip to Daly's place last Tuesday. Or last week on Tuesday. So there was a double shot show, and it was Tuesday Dynamite and then Wednesday Collision that was taped for Saturday. So Tuesday night Dynamite, I get home, and I take my shower and all that stuff. I kind of eat my food, and I drove there. I drove to Jacksonville, and traffic to and from, going in and coming home, and it was actually kind of fine. And then it kind of it didn't spiral out of control, but a problem kind of occurred to me when I was in my seat, and I noticed, I was like, oh, there's a camera right in front of me, and there's a huge giant camera crane in front of me as well. And little did I know that it was going to be my whole view for the entire show. So I sat through 3 ROH dark matches, and then I went through Moxley versus Ishii, which I could not frickin' see. And then after that, I just went on home because I would rather watch the replay on my own time at my own house and kind of just, I guess just enjoy it through the comfort of my own home, watching through a screen. The atmosphere live was actually kind of good. It was like a really good. It was like almost sold out. It was like almost a packed up arena in there. But I kind of had to move and around the camera a little bit, because it's if I tried to do that all night, I'd be just wearing myself out. And then if I tried to stand up, people behind me could not frickin' see. So I was just like, what the hell did I do? So then I made the executive decision to just go on home, and I got back home around 10. Like I said, because to and from Jacksonville, the traffic there was phenomenal. No pun intended, but it was phenomenal. No traffic, traffic was moving. It was actually moving. But yeah, it was just I spent I spent money on a ticket for a seat that was I would have not been able to see anything. Which is kind of shitty. It's kind of shitty because you pay good money to watch a wrestling show live that maybe comes to Daly's place maybe once or twice a year, maybe, and then you can't watch it because there's a freaking camera in your way. So you gotta either sit there and just suck it up and just take it, or you gotta move or whatever and all that stuff. So it was just not a good experience, but I think the GCW show at the end of the year will make up for it. I'm going to try to make it to TNA this year. It is in November. It's in next year, or next month, I should say. It's at Turning Point. It's at Full Sail. Hopefully I can make it to that show, because that would be my first ever TNA show. Which I would actually be happy with. It would make up for the lack of the AEW show. But yeah, that's something to look forward to within the next 2 months. Hopefully, I can get that done. But yeah, I think that is it for my 35th episode of Shoot the Shit. I know this kind of like, I know I had to put a little promo in there for my match against TJ coming up this next weekend on this coming Saturday. But TJ, I'm ready and willing to throw my body on the line in the cage of horrors and all that stuff. I hope you know what you're getting yourself into with me. But hopefully, no broken bones or anything will come out of that. Out of that match, I should say. And also, I guess go watch that show too when it comes out this next Saturday. It'll be on YouTube, so come check that out. That'd be really, really appreciated. Yeah, and that is it. I kind of just want to appreciate you guys for listening to me just rambling about wrestling. And also, I know this is a very wrestling centric episode. I get it. I'm sorry. But we do a lot of other things on the channel. We talk about music. We talk about video games. We talk about different things. Like candy, movies, and all that stuff. But I just really want to appreciate you guys for listening to me ramble about this, and it's really, really appreciated. And plus, me and Marissa, we're still trying to keep things moving, trying to keep you guys entertained with us. Keep doing like shorts from different gaming sessions and all that stuff too. And it's something that me and Marissa thought about doing 3 years ago, and we're still going strong 3 years later. And it's actually kind of cool to see how we've grown as people, but also this channel has grown a little bit. And it's actually really, really cool. Before I start getting emotional here. So with that being said, if you've made it to the end of this video, please make sure to follow us on all social media. Links in the description below, which will take you to our link tree, which will take you to our Instagram pages, Twitter pages, the podcast Reddit page, my gaming YouTube channel is on there, and the overall people that I've talked about on this episode and all that stuff. I'll put some of their links in the description below as well. And tonight's song of the night, it is Silverstein, and it's Smile in Your Sleep. So go check that out. I know there's a music video for it, and it's actually a really good music video. I know you guys will probably enjoy it. So if you made it to the end of this video, like I said, please make sure to like, subscribe, and I will see you guys this Thursday. Peace.